If you have ever lived with cats in a household of multiple people, you may have noticed that cats often tend to prefer one particular person over everyone else. Cats are known to play favorites, and sometimes in ways that make absolutely no sense to the people involved. A cat might completely ignore the owner who feeds them every single day, yet follow a visiting stranger around the house with total devotion. They might adore a person who has never shown them any particular attention, while barely acknowledging someone who showers them with affection constantly. Believe it or not, there are very specific behaviors and characteristics that make certain people appealing to cats, and once you understand what they are, you can actually use them to your advantage. In this video, we will talk about how cats choose their favorite human and how you can become your cat's favorite person. Handling. Handling is one of the most important factors in earning a cat's admiration and respect. But here is the thing. Unlike dogs who generally love physical contact, cats are looking for restraint, not enthusiasm. Cats want to remain in control of their environment at all times, and being cornered, grabbed, or scooped up without invitation can agitate even a very sociable cat. This is actually the explanation behind one of the most well-known cat mysteries: why cats seem to prefer people who do not like them. A person who is indifferent to cats, or even allergic to them, will typically avoid making eye contact, avoid reaching out, and generally leave the cat alone. To a cat, this behavior is extremely attractive. It signals safety and respect. A study conducted in Switzerland confirmed this directly, showing that when humans sit back, focus on something else, and allow the cat to make the first move, cats are far more likely to approach and far less likely to withdraw. The lesson here is simple. If you want a cat to like, you stop trying so hard. Let them come to you. Never hug, pick up, or corner your cat against their will. Give them the choice, and more often than not, they will choose you. Reading their body language. Cats cannot speak in words, but they communicate constantly through body language sounds and subtle physical cues. A person who can understand and correctly respond to those cues will always hold a special place in a cat's world. This means knowing when your cat wants attention and when they want to be left alone. It means recognizing the difference between a slow blink of affection and a hard stare of irritation. It means understanding that a tucked tail and flat ears mean back off, while an upright tail and slow blink mean welcome. Cats have a deep appreciation for people who take the time to learn their language and respond to it accurately. If you are the person in the household who knows the difference between your cat's morning greeting meow and their "I am about to scratch you" warning, then you are already ahead of everyone else. Cats want to be understood, and they will gravitate strongly toward the person who makes the effort to understand them. Your voice. By default, cats are cautious around humans. They are not born trusting us. They are born in self-preservation mode, and in the mind of a cat, a human is simply a very large, loud, and unpredictable creature until proven otherwise. For this reason, the way you use your voice around a cat matters enormously. Cats find loud, sudden noises genuinely stressful, and they will avoid people who frequently make them. This explains why many cats keep their distance from young children. Not because they dislike them specifically, but because children tend to be noisy, impulsive, and unpredictable, which is everything a cat finds threatening. Elderly people, on the other hand, often move slowly, speak quietly, and behave in calm, predictable ways, which cats find deeply appealing. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition confirmed that cats can distinguish their owner's voice from the voices of strangers and respond to it differently. If you speak to your cat in calm, soft, measured tones, you are already working in your favor. Never shout at your cat. It does not teach them anything useful, and it only creates anxiety and erodes trust. Food and routine. Survival instincts govern a large part of any animal's behavior, and few things are more fundamental than food. It should come as no surprise that cats form strong positive associations with the people who feed them. But it goes deeper than simply providing the meal. Cats are creatures of habit, and they crave routine above almost everything else. They want to be fed the same food at the same time every day, and they notice when that routine is disrupted. The person in the household who feeds the cat consistently at the right time with the right food will hold an extremely high position in that cat's estimation. This is why outdoor cats will sometimes adopt a stranger who feeds them and show up at their door day after day with apparent devotion, not because the stranger is particularly charming, but because they have become associated with nourishment and reliability. If you want to win a cat's loyalty, be consistent. Be the person who shows up with food at the same time every single day and never skips a meal. The cat will notice, and they will remember. Scent and appearance. Sometimes a cat's preference for or aversion to a particular person has nothing to do with that person's behavior at all. Cats have long-term memories, and they carry associations from earlier in their lives that can color how they respond to people years later. A cat that was handled roughly by a man with a beard when they were young may show wariness around bearded men for the rest of their life, even if those specific men have done nothing to provoke it. Conversely, a cat may take immediate comfort in someone who reminds them of a trusted person from their past through scent appearance or the sound of their voice. Perfume, cologne, certain cleaning products, and even the food you eat can all influence how appealing your scent is to a cat. If your cat consistently avoids a specific person in the household, it is worth considering whether there is a scent or appearance-based trigger at work. These are not things that can always be changed, but understanding them can help you manage the situation with more patience and compassion. Quality time. One of the most reliable ways to become a cat's favorite person is to invest in quality time with them. And it is important to understand the distinction between quantity and quality, because your cat absolutely knows the difference. Simply being in the same house as your cat for 12 hours a day does not build a meaningful bond. Falling asleep on the couch while your cat sits at the other end of the room is not quality time. Quality time means genuine, focused, positive interaction. Brushing your cat, inviting them onto your lap, playing with a wand toy for 15 minutes, or simply talking to them while they sit nearby and listen. A study from Oregon State University found that out of all available stimuli, including food, toys, and scented objects, cats actually preferred human social interaction the most. 15 minutes of genuine engaged play or affection every day can do more to build your bond with a cat than hours of passive coexistence. The cat's favorite person is almost always the one who makes consistent, meaningful effort, not the one who is simply around the most. Respecting their space. Cats are territorial animals, and their relationship with personal space is deeply important to them. A person who respects a cat's space and never forces interaction will always be more appealing than someone who insists on closeness the cat has not asked for. This means not reaching into a cat's sleeping spot to pet them when they have not invited contact. It means not following them when they walk away. It means reading the room when a cat settles in a different part of the house and understanding that they are choosing solitude in that moment, not rejection. Cats do not experience relationships the way dogs do. They are not pack animals seeking constant togetherness. They are independent creatures who choose when and how to engage, and the person who honors that independence earns enormous respect in return. Paradoxically, the person who gives a cat the most space often ends up with the cat in their lap the most. Consistency and predictability. If there is one thing cats value above almost everything else, it is consistency. Cats are not built for chaos or unpredictability. They thrive in environments where the daily rhythm is stable, where the same things happen in the same order at the same times, and where the humans around them behave in reliable, recognizable ways. A person who is emotionally volatile, sometimes warm and affectionate and other times irritable or tense, will never be as appealing to a cat as someone whose mood and behavior is steady and calm. Cats are constantly reading the emotional atmosphere of their home, and they gravitate toward the people who make that atmosphere feel safe. If you want your cat to choose you, work on being the calm, predictable presence in the household. Be the person your cat can count on to behave the same way today as they did yesterday. That kind of reliability is profoundly reassuring to a cat, and they will reward it with loyalty. Positive associations. Cats learn through association, and every interaction you have with your cat either builds a positive association or creates a negative one. If your cat consistently experiences good things in your presence, food play, gentle touch, calm energy, they will begin to seek you out because being near you feels good. If they experience stress, discomfort, or unpredictability in your presence, they will begin to avoid you even if you are the person who loves them most. This is why some owners are baffled to find that their cat prefers a family member who pays less attention to them. The less attentive family member may simply have had fewer negative interactions. Building positive associations takes time, and it requires patience. Every gentle interaction, every respected boundary, every moment of appropriate play adds to a growing bank of positive experience that will eventually tip the scales in your favor. Slow blinking. One of the simplest and most effective things you can do to build trust with a cat is something that takes about 2 seconds. When your cat makes eye contact with you, try slowly closing and opening your eyes in a long, deliberate blink. This gesture, known as the slow blink, is one of the most important signals in cat communication. It means I am relaxed, I am not a threat, and I trust you. Cats use it with each other, and they use it with the humans they feel safe around. Research has confirmed that cats will slow blink back at humans who offer the gesture first, and that this exchange increases affiliative behavior between cats and people. If you make slow blinking a regular part of your interaction with your cat, you are speaking directly to them in a language they understand and telling them that you are safe. Few things build trust faster. Playing correctly. Play is one of the most powerful bonding tools available to a cat owner, but only if it is done correctly. Cats are predators, and their play is driven by their hunting instincts. The right kind of play mimics the movement of prey: erratic, unpredictable, fast, and then still. A feather wand, a laser pointer, or a small toy moved correctly will engage your cat's instincts completely, and the satisfaction of a successful hunt, followed by a small food reward, creates one of the most positive experiences a cat can have. The person who provides this kind of play consistently will become very important to your cat. On the other hand, play that is too rough, that involves hands and feet as toys, or that overstimulates the cat and ends in scratching or biting, creates negative associations. Learn to play with your cat in the way they need, and they will begin to seek you out when they are in the mood for it, which is one of the clearest signs of a genuine bond. Patience. Perhaps the most important quality a cat's favorite person possesses is patience. Cats do not give their trust quickly, and they cannot be rushed or forced into affection. Building a genuine bond with a cat takes time, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, and with some cats, years. The person with the patience to let a cat set the pace of the relationship without taking the slow progress personally is the person who will eventually be rewarded with that cat's complete trust. If you are trying to win over a cat that seems indifferent to you, do not give up and do not force it. Keep showing up. Keep being calm and consistent. Keep offering positive experiences without any expectation of immediate return. Cats remember everything, and they keep a very careful tally. One day, they will decide you have earned it, and when that moment comes, and a cat that has kept you at a distance finally climbs into your lap and settles there, you will understand completely why it was worth the wait. Signs that you are your cat's favorite. So how do you know if all your efforts have paid off and you have officially become your cat's favorite person? There are several very clear signs to look for. Your cat will follow you from room to room and seek out your company voluntarily. They will bring you gifts, toys, or in some cases small prey, which is a significant gesture of trust and affection in cat terms. They will slow blink at you regularly. They will choose to sleep on you or directly beside you, rather than elsewhere in the house. They will greet you specifically when you come home, even if other people are present. They will show you their belly, which, as we know, is the ultimate expression of trust. And they will headbutt and rub their face against you, which is how cats mark the people and things they love most with their scent. If your cat does these things with you more than with anyone else in the household, the answer is clear. You are their person. It is worth remembering that although almost all cats will have one favorite person, this does not mean they only care about one person. Cats can love all the members of a household while still having a preference. The cat will distribute affection, but they will always return most consistently to the one person who makes them feel the safest, most understood, and most respected. If a cat has chosen you as that person, consider it one of the more meaningful compliments you will ever receive. A cat's trust is not given easily, and it is never given by accident. If they chose you, it is because you earned it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below, telling us how your cat shows you that you are their favorite. And do not forget to subscribe so you do not miss our next video.